Welcome back to Cadillac High School. We got more Michigan girls high school basketball coming your way. Third quarter action as the Kingsley Stags take on the Cadillac Vikings, and they trail by 14 as we head into the third quarter as Cadillac tries to improve to 5-0 on the season. I'm Derek Tate alongside Dan Gussert, and we talked at halftime, Dan. It was an incredibly efficient and productive defensive performance on the first half for the Cadillac Vikings. Do you think they'll be able to keep up this full court pressure as we head into the second half?
Well, I think they will press probably the whole game. The kids are in shape. They play a lot of kids. It's kind of their MO, their style. Kingsley just 20 points. They're used to scoring a bunch. We'll see how they handle it and what adjustments both coaches have.
And here's an open three for Aaliyah Reno. And similar to how Cadillac started the first half, they hit their first three of the second half.
That's Aaliyah's second long bomb for the ball game.
It's McKenna Bryant with 3 personal fouls in the first half, re-enters the game, dumps it off to Molly Anderson, and we've seen early on the Stags trying to put pressure on the talented backcourt of Cadillac. Bryant at the top of the key. Drops it over to Olivia Meyer, who fires from downtown. That one off the mark. Offensive board rebounded by Emma McTaggart, but then stolen from Reno. And the Stags trailing 34-23, trying to get back in this one.
Now that's a great rebound by Emma McTaggart on the offensive end. Just a little hesitant with what to do with it, and as a result, Kingsley was able to pull it away from her.
Loose ball, Dunlap unable to corral that one in. Stags retain possession. A good feed inside. That one, an easy bucket for Sydney Hessam.
5 quick points for Kingsley to start the half, cuts the lead down to 9.
And it was the Vikings who led by double digits throughout most of the first half as they absolutely blitzed Kingsley with a 3-point barrage. 8 3-pointers in the first half from Cadillac as Molly Anderson goes baseline, draws the foul, and it seems to be on the floor is what I think they originally called it. And we'll see if she will go to the line to shoot two. They do call it on the floor. So the Vikings will
great strong move going with that offhand.
And inbound pass.
Back-to-back fouls right here.
This one's going to be in the act of shooting as Dunlap hacks Emma McTaggart. She'll go to the line to shoot two. She's got 2 points in the first half.
Got Bill Dooley up here, Derek. He does a lot of the hockey broadcasts for us here on Newsnet.
A little familiar with Bill. How's it going, partner? As that was actually the first free throw of the game for the Cadillac Vikings. McTaggart misses her first, and on the other side, the Stags were perfect from the charity stripe in the first half.
That one's long.
She comes up empty, does McTaggart, and all of a sudden we've got ourselves a 9-point game, and the Stags have possession. 5-0 run to start the third quarter. Reno into the lane, a beautiful spin move on Anderson. Couldn't quite get that one to go. Anderson with the rebound.
Vikings look just a little bit slow on the offensive end here to start the third quarter.
As McKenna Bryant can't get that one to go. Rebound goes to Reno. And she finds Maddie Buys. Decides to go ahead and reset the offense. Buys into the post to Hessam, who goes baseline. That's back-to-back buckets for Hessam. 7-0 run, and there's a timeout from head coach Mike McLaurin, who does not like seeing this to start the second half.
You know, Cadillac and Kingsley here, it's just kind of the opposite of the way the game started, where the Vikings drained the shots. Kingsley had some good shots early on, didn't make them. Cadillac's had 2-3 good looks here and just haven't been able to put them in. How about our sponsors here, Derek? We want to thank these local businesses. Fox Motors of Cadillac, your local Ford and Toyota dealership. Cadillac Tire Center, your hometown tire dealer. And Pizza Plus, Cadillac's local source for pizza and sandwiches for 50 years.
Gotta love our sponsors who allow us to be able to have the privilege to call high school sports, whether it be on the hardwood, on the gridiron, or at center ice. But 7-0 run. 14-point lead has been chopped in half in less than a minute and a half to start the third quarter. Cadillac trying to catch its breath as the Stags have started to see their shots fall. Meyer pressured in the backcourt, and great hands there from Aaliyah Reno.
That's the kind of basketball I really enjoy watching. It was great offensive work and great defensive work by both players coming down the floor right there.
Bryant inbounds to Molly Anderson. Game high 13 for Anderson. Good ball movement from Cadillac. They're being patient. Knight, that ball is stolen. And here comes Sydney Hessam, who's got 4 points here in the third quarter. Ball poked out of bounds by Anderson. But boy, do the Stags look like they've got all the momentum. Bowman into the lane, draws the foul on McTaggart, and she'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
I think that might be her third. I believe she had 2 first-half fouls here.
McTaggart had 2 in that first period. Calm down a little bit, but good drive there from Brittany Bowman. And all of a sudden, if she knocks down a pair, this could be a 5-point ball game. As Kingsley remains perfect from the charity stripe.
That would make them 9 for 9, and if she makes this, that's just not something you see a lot of in high school basketball, whether that be boys or girls, a team going, perfect from a free throw line, as many as Kingsley shot here.
Bowman, her second one, and that's the first
jinxed
miss.
her, didn't I?
The old announcer's jinx, but she does get 1 of 2. Vikings lead by 6. 8-0 run for Kingsley. Bryant driving, draws the foul herself. Bowman is going to be called for a hack. And Cadillac has slowed down from the field, but now has back-to-back trips to the foul line themselves.
Her third foul also. Brittany Bowman leading the Kingsley Stags and scoring with 8 tonight. Probably will be heading to the bench here.
And still 0 for 3 so far in this second half, and for the game for that matter, is Cadillac from the free throw line. McKenna Bryant, 8 points in the first half, did pick up 3 personal fouls, and she finished the first half on the bench. As she goes 1 for 2 from the line, she's got 9 points, 7-point lead for Cadillac. They're up 35-28.
As we're watching this third quarter here, and Cadillac just with 1 point at this point in the quarter, it's kind of normal, I think, for what I've watched the Cadillac girls, Derek, the last couple of years. They go through those stretches where they struggle, and then you're going to end up seeing them make 3-4 threes in a row, and it's just kind of fun to watch.
Maddie Buys goes 0 for 2 on the other end, and a nice move from the freshman. Couldn't quite get the left-handed finger roll to go. Rebound snared by Dunlap, and here comes Kingsley.
That's not a move I think we would have saw her make early on in the season. But, 5 games under the belt, a lot of practices. She's getting a lot more confidence.
Buys working on Anderson, and that one tipped away. Drabick forces the turnover. Here comes McKenna Bryant. Bryant all the way, and she's fouled by Reno, and she'll go to the line to shoot another pair.
4th team foul already for Kingsley here to start this third quarter. A couple more, and the Vikings will end up with a lot of free throws this half.
But perhaps the message at halftime from head coach Matt Skelich of the Kingsley Stags was to be more aggressive, and they have certainly been more active on the defensive end as McKenna Bryant knocks down her first, and she'll have another. Ten points for McKenna Bryant. She had 21, a game high against Petoskey, and she picks up point number 11.
That allows the Vikings, Derek, to get into a little bit of a press right here.
And there's Molly Anderson, her 8th steal of the game, and she's going to go right at Maddie Buys, and just a little too strong on that layup attempt. Reno comes away with a rebound. Still great effort from Anderson on the defensive end. Flirting with a double-double.
She made a great crossover move at half court just to get herself into position to make that move. Just a heads-up smart play.
Reno driving into the lane, and that's going to be a foul on Olivia Meyer. Since seeing some very good things from Aaliyah Reno for the Kingsley Stags. You saw how aggressive she was in the first half, and she's really paying some dividends as she's gotten it going on the offensive end here in the third quarter.
I think we've seen some pretty solid adjustments by Kingsley. You mentioned that their defensive aggressiveness has really picked up, and that's bothered Cadillac. And certainly offensively, make that first shot of the half. It just kind of makes everything easier.
Leah Reno can't convert on the first. After starting 9 of 9 from the line, the Stags are now 9 of 11.
This is Aaliyah's just her first trip to the line tonight. She does have 8 points at this point. And that'll make 9.
And that's the shooter's touch right there as Reno gets 1 of 2, 37-29. Vikings on top of the Stags, 3:16 remaining in the third quarter. As we see substitutions from both sides. Whenever the Vikings have done a fantastic job breaking the full court press and into the game and not being shy as Chesney Berge, she can't convert. Offensive board goes to Cadillac.
I think that's Berge's first action of the game here.
And there's a steal from Miranda Aker, 2-on-2. And that pass just a little behind Coral Bott. However, she finds Bowman, who goes up strong, and that's going to be a foul on Drabeck.
Running out of spots where to put free throw attempts for Bowman on my score sheet here, Derek. Give her 2 more attempts coming up. She's been to the line 8 times here tonight with these 2 free throws.
Gotta love, though, when your shot isn't falling from the outside. Oftentimes, referees will reward aggression as Bowman gets the first one to fall in.
That was a great, strong move. We've seen her make several of those here tonight, and she's cashing in on line.
Bowman 2 for 2, 6-point game, 37-31. Vikings on top. 2:40 remaining in the third quarter.
I tell you what, Derek, if you think back to the 2 threes that the Vikings hit just before halftime, this game would be tied right now.
And that's a great left-handed finish there from Molly Anderson. You're right, partner. Anderson now with 15 points. Lead swells back to 8. 39-31, Cadillac on top. Bowman finds Reamer. As this has been an 11-5 quarter. A great block there from the freshman, but right under the basket, and it's going to be a jump ball. Look at the effort from the freshman, Jocelyn Sini.
Yeah, and how about the jump ball call? One of the shortest Vikings out there. Berge gets a hand on top of that, doesn't commit the foul, and Kingsley will retain possession on alternating possession.
Coral Bott hesitated a little bit too long with the ball right beneath the basket.
Seems to be some discrepancy here. I think the officials are going to check at whose possession it should be to start the half. Kingsley got it to start the quarter, and I don't remember a jump ball call.
Here we go, a little discussion amongst.
Hey, while we have this discussion going on, how about that camera crew for us here on Newsnet? Zach Wiggins, Spencer Olson, and Damian Brooks. And directing Aaron Dusa. And, of course, myself and Derek here tonight. We're having a ball, and they do all the hard work for us behind the scenes.
Yeah, they make our job easy. All we got to do is talk about who scores, and there goes a poked away by Brittany Bowman, but Vikings retain possession as Kingsley has turned up the heat as far as the defensive pressure in the backcourt. But it's Molly Anderson who finds McKenna Bryant, who fires for 3. That one off the mark. Rebound goes to Aker. Aker picks up her dribble. Dangerous pass there to Bowman. Bowman breaks the press. Going into the lane is Coral Bott, who picks up the basket. Back to a 6-point game. And almost a steal right. It is. Bowman comes up with a loose ball.
Bott's first basket of the game is a big one. Cuts the lead to 6, and she looks for more here.
There's going to be a push on the floor. And it's going to go against the. It looks like it's going to go against the Vikings, and Kingsley retains possession. A little confusion as far as who's substituting in for the Stags. We see Dunlap come back in. And so far, this has been a 13-7 advantage in this quarter for Kingsley. And there's Sydney Hessam, who goes to the 18-foot jumper off the mark. McKenna Bryant with the rebound, and she pushes the pace. And a dangerous pass there from Bryant. Nearly a turnover. Maddie Byes got her hands on it. Luckily, Cadillac retains possession.
1:22 to go. The Vikings with a 6-point lead. They've led throughout this game.
And there's in the corner is Bryant. Here's a step back three, and that one goes for McKenna Bryant. She's got 14.
McKenna kind of has that knack, Derek, of she knows when the game's on the line. She's kind of like the Cassius Winston of the Michigan State Spartans here for Cadillac. She and Molly, they make some big shots when the game is on the line.
Lead swells back to 9, and an arid pass just out of the reach of Brittany Bowman. Turnover for Kingsley, 42-33, Cadillac on top. We're under the minute mark, and a dangerous pass, and it's stolen, and it's going to be a foul, and that's going to be the fourth on McKenna Bryant. She slams the ball. And there's a technical foul. I thought we might get one.
Yeah, I had a feeling we would get one. Well, she kind of was put in a tough position on that pass. Molly kind of threw it up for grabs, and the Kingsley player stepped in front of it. Kind of lost her cool there a little bit.
Well, she's frustrated. That's her fourth personal foul, so she will likely go to the bench. And she's right there. Actually, she has a game, she's right behind Molly Anderson, who has 15 points in this game. And here's the technical foul. Bowman knocks it down.
Doesn't surprise me that coach sent her to the line, as she is now 9 for 10 just herself.
Brittany Bowman, the senior, goes 2 for 2 from the line, and that brings the score back down to only a 7-point lead. As we know, Cadillac came into the third quarter with a 14-point advantage, and that technical may really prove a turning point here as they get possession after the 2-shot foul. Buys an open three from straight away. That one just off the mark. And there's a foul. That's going to be called on Coral Botts.
A 17 foul against Kingsley. Nope. 15 foul against Kingsley right there.
Remember, they picked up 4 quick fouls.
Really quick.
But they've slowed it down, and the inbound pass finds Olivia Meyer, and she's been trapped now. And she throws it off the leg of Brittany Bowman, but an effective trap there from the Stags.
Smart decision on her part right there. She got stuck, and instead of having to use the timeout or to make a dangerous pass, she just threw it out of bounds off, lived to make the next play.
Not surprised to see now Molly Anderson bring the ball across midcourt. Meyer picks up her dribble, and she's in a little bit of trouble. Kicks it back out to Anderson. 18 seconds left in the third quarter. 7-point lead for Cadillac. Fires for 3. That one off the mark. Good offensive rebounding, going right back up is Olivia Meyer. She's got 8 points. Stags trying to get one more shot off. Bowman with 2. 1. Fires it up, and that one off the mark. And Cadillac survived an 8-0 run to start the third quarter. They're going to take a 9-point advantage to the fourth and final quarter here on a great game as you are watching Newsnet Sports and CCTV's coverage of the girls high school basketball here in Northern Michigan. We'll be right back with the final quarter. No problem.
It's turned into that battle I thought I was hoping we'd get to see. When it started out the way it did, I thought, oh boy, Kingsley isn't here tonight. But they have really battled back.
Oh yeah, it's been impressive to say the least. Hanging around.